It's Monday, October 20th, the dawn of a brand new week. The sun rises quietly, spreading light across the sky like a gentle reminder that every morning is an invitation from God to begin again. This day is not an accident. It's part of His divine design, a page waiting to be filled with moments of grace, strength, and new beginnings. As the world awakens, take a slow breath. Feel the air enter your lungs, feel the rhythm of life moving within you, and let your heart whisper, "Thank you, Lord, for another day." Before the noise of the day begins, before the world's demands start calling for your attention, choose stillness. Choose to anchor yourself in God's presence, to invite Him into your thoughts, your plans, and your heart. Mondays can often feel heavy, the start of routines, responsibilities, and unfinished tasks that follow us from last week. But what if this Monday could be different? What if it could become not just another beginning of work and errands, but a sacred reset? A morning where you remember that you're not walking into the week alone. The Lord goes before you. He walks ahead, clearing paths you don't even see, preparing solutions to problems that haven't yet arrived. He is already in your meetings, your decisions, your conversations, and your challenges. You may not know what this week will bring, but He does, and that's enough. Let this be a morning of surrender, not control. You don't have to figure out everything today. You don't have to carry the weight of every task or every worry. God didn't create you to live in constant tension. He created you to walk in trust, and trust begins here, in the quiet of this moment, where faith whispers louder than fear. Take a moment to breathe again. Breathe in His peace. Breathe out your anxiety. Each breath is a conversation between your soul and your Creator. A gentle exchange of fear for faith, of burden for blessing. Now, as the first light of Monday touches your heart, repeat this truth silently within you. I don't have to do this week alone. God is already in my tomorrow. There's a verse that holds so much power for mornings like this, Deuteronomy 31:8. The Lord Himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. This isn't just a verse to memorize. It's a promise to live by. Even when you feel uncertain about the future, this scripture reminds you that you're being guided step by step, moment by moment, by a God who never leaves your side. If your heart feels heavy this morning, pause and let His words settle deep within you. You don't have to rush. You don't have to have all the answers. Sometimes the most faithful thing you can do is to be still. To say, "Lord, I trust you, even when I don't see what's ahead." Let your thoughts slow down for a moment. Picture God walking before you on a quiet path, sunlight breaking through the trees, the sound of peace in every step. He's not in a hurry. He's not anxious. He's guiding you with patience, with wisdom, with love. You can follow Him at that same pace, unhurried, peaceful, steady. If last week was hard, if there were mistakes, regrets, or disappointments, leave them here. Don't carry yesterday's burdens into this new day. God's mercy is new this morning, fresh as the sunrise. Whatever went wrong, whatever left you tired or discouraged, has already been covered by His grace. You don't have to earn a new beginning. It's already been given to you. Take this Monday as a chance to reset your heart, to remind yourself that your worth isn't measured by how productive you are, but by the fact that you are loved deeply and completely by God. He isn't waiting for your perfection. He's waiting for your presence. He doesn't want your performance. He wants your peace. So before you step into the rush of the day, pray quietly within your heart. Lord, walk before me today. Guide my words, calm my mind, and lead me where you want me to go. That small prayer changes everything. It turns a regular morning into a sacred one. It turns a busy week into a walk with purpose and peace. Remember, you are not behind. You are not late. You are right where you're supposed to be, at the edge of a new beginning, with God's hand already opening the doors ahead. You don't need to know the whole plan. You just need to trust the next step. And when doubt tries to whisper that you're not strong enough or capable enough, remember this truth from Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. This isn't about self-confidence. It's about Christ confidence, knowing that His power fills your weakness, that His strength lifts you when you feel small, and that His love surrounds you even when life feels uncertain. Let this verse be the rhythm of your Monday, a quiet pulse of faith beating beneath the noise of the world. You can move through today slowly, intentionally, prayerfully. You can let God lead each moment, not out of fear of failure, but out of a desire to stay close to His presence. So, as you prepare to begin your week, imagine yourself standing at the door, ready to step out into the day. You don't go alone. You walk with peace, with purpose, with the quiet assurance that God has already gone before you. He has already prepared what you need. He has already strengthened what feels weak. And He has already written beauty into the hours ahead. Let this Monday morning be your declaration of faith. Let it be the moment you choose trust over worry, surrender over control, gratitude over fear. Because no matter what this week brings, you have already won the greatest victory. You are walking with God. Take one last deep breath. Feel the calm of His presence surrounding you. This isn't just another day on the calendar, it's a divine opportunity to begin again. With hope in your heart, faith in your steps, and peace as your companion. And as this morning continues, we'll take time to reflect even deeper, to invite God's peace into the very core of our hearts, to prepare for the challenges and blessings ahead, and to remind ourselves that every Monday can become holy when we let God go before us. As the morning unfolds and the world begins to stir, remember that this peace you feel right now is not something fragile. It's not the kind of peace that disappears when the day gets busy or when unexpected things happen. It's the kind that stays. The peace that Jesus promised when He said in John 14:27, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." That peace is yours today. It's not something you have to earn. It's not something that depends on a perfect morning or a stress-free life. It's a gift, and like every gift from God, it becomes real when you open your heart to receive it. As you go through this Monday, challenges may arise. They always do. Maybe your schedule feels full. Maybe there are conversations you've been avoiding or decisions waiting to be made. You might feel the weight of expectations from others, from yourself, from life. But in every single one of those moments, you can pause and whisper, "Lord, go before me." That small prayer will move mountains inside you. It reminds your soul that you don't face anything alone. You don't have to rely on your own strength or your own understanding. God is already in that meeting, that phone call, that uncertainty you're dreading. He's there before you even arrive. When you let Him go before you, the pressure lifts. You stop striving to control everything, and instead, you begin to flow with divine timing. You start noticing how doors open at just the right moment, how the right people appear, how even delays carry hidden blessings. God's ways are not random, they are purposeful. Sometimes the waiting is protection, sometimes the detour is direction, and sometimes what feels like a closed door is simply God saying, "Not yet, I'm still preparing something better." So when this day feels uncertain, breathe, pause, and invite peace back in. Let your thoughts slow down long enough for your faith to catch up. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. Every step you take today, even the small ones, matter in the eyes of God. If your mind starts to wander into worry, gently bring it back to His promises. You don't need to fight your thoughts, you just need to redirect them. You can say quietly to yourself, God, you are in control. You go before me. That single phrase, spoken in faith, carries the power to shift your entire atmosphere. Sometimes, peace isn't the absence of noise. It's the presence of purpose. It's knowing that even in the middle of a loud, unpredictable world, your spirit remains grounded in something unshakable. It's knowing that you can walk calmly through chaos, not because you have everything figured out, but because you know the one who does. Think about what this week represents. For some, it's a new start. For others, it's a continuation of challenges that feel familiar. But no matter where you are, this Monday is an opportunity to build your days on faith instead of fear. You can begin the week not by asking, what if something goes wrong, but by declaring, even if it does, God will guide me through it. The truth is, fear will always try to whisper its lies. It will tell you that you're not ready, that you're not strong enough, that this problem is too big. But fear doesn't have the final word. Faith does. And faith doesn't shout. It speaks softly, like a quiet confidence that says, I trust God's plan more than I trust my own anxiety. You might not see the full picture, but that's okay. God never asked you to see everything. He just asked you to take the next step. He promised to be a lamp to your feet, not a floodlight for the whole road. That means you only need enough light for today. Tomorrow will take care of itself, because God will be there too. There's a verse in Psalm 37:5 that beautifully captures this. Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him, and He will act. That's the invitation, to hand over your plans, your worries, your schedule, and to trust that He's already acting on your behalf. It may not happen instantly, but it's happening. Even in the silence, even when nothing seems to move, God is working things together for your good. Maybe right now you're carrying the weight of uncertainty, a decision about work, a financial concern, a family situation. Or maybe it's something deeper, something you can't even put into words. God understands every unspoken thought. He knows the things you try to hide behind your smile, the things you can't explain to anyone else. And still, He says, be still and know that I am God. That's the posture of peace. Not running, not fixing, not figuring it all out. Just being still long enough to remember who's in control. That's how you begin to shift from stress to surrender, from panic to peace. As you walk through this Monday, try this small rhythm. Before each new task, pause and say, Lord, go before me. Before sending that email, before making that call, before stepping into a new space, pause and invite His presence. It doesn't take much time, but it transforms everything. Because the more you invite God in, the more you'll notice He's already been there all along. And if you stumble, if you lose patience, if you feel anxious, if you forget to pray, don't be hard on yourself. God doesn't measure your worth by how perfectly you pray or how consistently you remember Him. He looks at your heart. He sees your desire to walk with Him, and He honors that effort with grace. Let that grace follow you into the rest of the day. Let it remind you that peace is not a distant goal. It's available right now, in this breath, in this moment. You can choose peace even in motion. You can carry stillness even in a noisy world. Maybe you're on your way to work right now. Maybe you're getting ready or sitting in traffic or taking a walk outside. Wherever you are, this is your sanctuary. This is the space where heaven meets earth, right where you are, listening, breathing, believing. God doesn't wait for you to be in a church or on your knees to meet you. He meets you in ordinary places in ordinary moments, because His presence is everywhere. So as this morning turns into the fullness of the day, walk with calm assurance. Don't rush into the hours ahead. Glide through them with grace. Let kindness be your language, patience be your rhythm, and faith be your focus. When frustration rises, pause. When worry knocks, breathe. When doubt whispers, pray. And when you begin to feel tired or uncertain, remind yourself of this truth. You are not carrying this day alone. You are being carried. Every step you take is supported by unseen hands. Every challenge you face is already surrounded by God's grace. The same God who lit the sky this morning will light your path today. The same God who breathed life into you will breathe strength into every part of your day. And the same God who started this week with you will finish it faithfully, walking beside you every step of the way. So keep your eyes open for small signs of His presence. The kindness of a stranger, a moment of laughter, a quiet answer to prayer. Those are reminders that you're not walking through random moments, you're walking through divine appointments. Nothing about this day is ordinary when you walk with extraordinary faith. Now, as we move deeper into this prayerful time, let's reflect on how we can strengthen that faith throughout the week, how to anchor our hearts in gratitude even when challenges come, and how to trust that God's hand is in every detail, shaping this Monday into something truly beautiful. By mid-morning, the world has already begun to move at its full rhythm. The sounds of life, cars, voices, screens, and endless notifications fill the air. Yet, somewhere between those sounds, there's still a quiet invitation from God that says, stay centered. Hope doesn't have to shout to be strong. Sometimes it's a steady heartbeat beneath all the noise, a calm certainty that everything has meaning even when the plan isn't visible. And maybe that's what this Monday is teaching you. Not to demand instant clarity, but to believe that the unseen work of God is still unfolding. Faith is not the absence of questions. It's the decision to keep walking while the answers are still forming. It's waking up, showing up, and trusting that small acts of obedience carry eternal weight. Each time you choose patience instead of irritation, trust instead of worry, kindness instead of control, heaven notices. This morning, let that truth sink in. Your faith today isn't measured by loud declarations, but by quiet consistency, by the way you greet the day, by the way you keep showing up even when it's hard. God doesn't overlook the small steps. He multiplies them. When fatigue starts whispering that it's all too much, remind your heart that divine strength is built in layers. No one becomes steadfast in a single morning. It's shaped through moments like this, the middle hours of a Monday when you choose hope again and again. You're learning to trust before you see results, and that's one of the deepest forms of faith. There's beauty in steady faith. It doesn't rush. It doesn't demand proof. It simply keeps believing that God's promises are still valid today. Promises like the one in Isaiah 40:31. Those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. Think about that for a moment. Renewal comes from hoping, not from hustling. It's not the busyness of your hands, but the restfulness of your heart that invites God's power. When you let hope take root, it becomes a quiet revolution inside you, changing the way you think, react, and see the world. Maybe this morning isn't about chasing something new, but rediscovering what you already have. You already have access to peace. You already have the strength to start again. You already have grace covering every imperfection. Sometimes you just need to remember it. Hope begins to fade when we forget who walks beside us. But when you pause to acknowledge His presence, even with a simple thought like, "God, thank you for being here," the air changes. The anxiety that once felt heavy begins to loosen its grip. You start to see today not as a battle to survive, but as an opportunity to trust deeper. Maybe there are goals you've been working toward, prayers that still feel unanswered, dreams that seem delayed. Don't lose heart. Delay isn't denial, it's refinement. What God is shaping in you right now is preparing you for what He's shaping around you. The timing may feel slow, but His pace is perfect. If the path in front of you feels uncertain, picture yourself walking down a sunlit road. The light doesn't show the whole distance, just enough for the next few steps. And yet, as you move forward, more light appears. That's how faith works. It reveals itself in motion. Each step forward becomes a prayer of trust, each small decision an act of surrender. This week will bring moments that test your patience and moments that renew your joy. Both are sacred. Don't rush through the process trying to get to Friday. Every day between now and then carries its own blessing, its own conversation with God, its own miracle waiting quietly beneath ordinary things. Sometimes faith looks like a deep breath before a difficult meeting. Sometimes it looks like forgiveness when no one says sorry. Sometimes it looks like choosing gratitude even when the outcome isn't what you hoped. Those are the silent victories that build spiritual endurance. And as you live this Monday, let hope become practical. Let it shape the words you speak, the posture you hold, the energy you bring into each space. Hope is contagious. When you carry it, others begin to feel lighter just by being near you. It reminds people that goodness still exists, that love still heals, that faith still works. Maybe someone today will need the peace you're carrying. Maybe your calm reply, your gentle tone, or your quiet smile will be the reminder they prayed for last night. That's how God often works, through us, through small expressions of grace that ripple far beyond what we can see. So, as you move through the middle of this Monday, let your thoughts be simple and steady. Let gratitude take the place of rushing. Let curiosity replace complaint. Ask God not for an easy day, but for an aware one where you can notice His fingerprints on everything around you. The strength you need for the week ahead won't come all at once. It will come as you walk. Grace will meet you in real time, at the right moment, in the right place, through the right people. You won't have to chase it. It will come because God promised to provide daily bread, not weekly portions. He knows exactly what this day requires, and He's already providing it. And when evening arrives, you'll look back and realize that somehow, despite everything, you made it through with peace. That's what faith does. It carries you quietly through what once felt impossible. But we're not there yet. There's still more to receive, more to notice, more to give thanks for. So as we continue, let's open the next part of this prayer, a moment to invite God not just into our plans, but into our emotions, our relationships, and every corner of this new week that has only just begun. By the time the morning light has fully settled and the rhythm of the day begins to find its pace, the world already feels alive with movement and noise. Tasks wait to be done, messages need replies, and plans demand attention. In the middle of all that motion, take a deep breath and remember, your peace doesn't depend on how perfectly the day goes, but on how deeply you stay connected to God. You didn't wake up by accident. This Monday was written into your story long before you opened your eyes. It's not just another day to survive. It's an opportunity to live intentionally, to bring kindness where there's tension, to bring patience where there's pressure, and to bring light where things feel heavy. Maybe today will flow easily. Maybe it won't. But whether calm or challenging, both are sacred. Because grace is not selective. It meets you in success and in struggle alike. The same God who gave you strength to rise this morning will give you peace to walk through every moment that follows. Before you dive deeper into the responsibilities ahead, take a quiet pause right here. This is your sacred space, the still point where your heart aligns again with heaven. You don't have to pray perfectly, you just have to be present. You don't have to know the right words. God already understands your sighs. So take this moment to speak honestly from your heart. Lord, thank you for this new week. Thank you for the sunlight that fills this morning and the strength that fills my body. Help me begin this day with peace, no matter what lies ahead. Let my words bring calm where there is chaos, my actions bring light where there is confusion, and my heart stay steady even when the world feels uncertain. Walk before me, and I will follow. Now let that prayer rest in you. It doesn't have to be loud to be heard. It just has to be real. God doesn't measure your faith by volume. He measures it by trust. And right now, you're trusting by taking this quiet time to be still in His presence. When you move forward from this space, carry that stillness with you. Carry it into conversations, into small tasks, into the places where stress tries to return. You'll find that peace doesn't vanish when life gets busy. It deepens when you protect it. Every time you choose calm over complaint, patience over panic, faith over fear, heaven celebrates that choice. There's a promise that fits this moment perfectly. Psalm 121, a gentle reminder that no part of your journey goes unseen. I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Let those words settle over you like sunlight through clouds. Your help doesn't come from luck, from people, or from circumstance. It comes from the Creator who never sleeps. He's alert when you're distracted, guiding when you feel lost, protecting when you're unaware. You are covered in ways you can't even imagine. So look up today. Lift your eyes above the routine, above the deadlines, above the noise. You don't need to have everything figured out to find peace. You just need to remember where your help truly comes from. Every time you lift your thoughts toward God, your burdens begin to lose their weight. Perhaps you've been praying for something that still feels far away. Healing, direction, breakthrough, or change. Remember this, delays are not denials. God's timing has layers of purpose that you can't see yet. When He withholds something, He's usually making room for something better. And even when you can't sense progress, He's shaping the outcome quietly, piece by piece. Faith isn't proven by instant answers. It's built through daily endurance. It's trusting that what's unseen is still unfolding in your favor. It's holding steady when emotions fluctuate and outcomes delay. This kind of faith turns every ordinary Monday into holy ground. So walk gently through this day. There's no need to rush. The right moments will meet you at the right time. Speak kindly, move slowly, listen deeply. Let gratitude be the lens through which you view everything. Even small things, a warm breeze, a kind word, a quiet smile, are reminders of divine care. And when stress tries to rise again, don't fight it with frustration. Meet it with faith. You can say softly, "Lord, you are already in this moment." That single sentence can shift the entire atmosphere around you, because awareness of His presence transforms pressure into peace. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are right where grace intends you to be. The very breath you're taking now is proof that God's plan still includes you, fully, lovingly, intentionally. If you need strength, He will give it. If you need wisdom, He will provide it. If you need rest, He will lead you beside still waters until your soul finds calm again. Everything you truly need today already exists in His presence. And as this Monday unfolds, remember that you're walking in divine rhythm, not running ahead in anxiety, not lagging behind in fear, but moving step by step with the one who knows the path completely. You don't have to be certain of everything. You just need to be confident in God. As the afternoon light begins to warm the earth, let hope warm your spirit too. Let faith become your language and peace your posture. Even in small things, a kind gesture, a patient response, a thankful thought, you are shaping the energy of the entire day, and heaven notices. This is your reminder. You are not just getting through this Monday. You are living it with purpose, guided by grace, protected by love. Every minute holds meaning when you invite God into it. You're not walking alone. The Maker of heaven and earth walks with you. So lift your eyes again and say it quietly. My help comes from the Lord. Let that truth carry you through the hours ahead, anchoring your spirit in peace and your heart in faith. The day is still unfolding, and so is His plan. You are exactly where you need to be, and God is already there, going before you.